Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good and you had a great weekend. Welcome to my class. Today we are going to explore a new topic. Before that, do you have any questions, any concern from previous class? If you have any questions, any doubt, any concern, you can ask me. We can discuss about it. If you do not have any, let's move forward. We're going to explore one of the most essential building blocks of digital world today, which is database. Whether you are shopping online, you're watching Netflix, in your daily life, you're checking grades, using social media. Basically, you are interacting with the database, probably without realizing it, right? So we are going to share a slide with you. All right. So we will see the introduction to database. So what is database? Can anyone tell me what do you understand by database? So let's start with the basic definition. A database is an organized collection of structured information or data that is typically stored in a computer system. So database allow us to store, retrieve, update, and manage data efficiently. Okay, so again, one more time, a database is an organized collection of structured data or information that is typically stored in computer system. And it stores information that can be easily accessed, managed, or updated. How many of you have thousands of photos in your phone? Think what would happen if your phone didn't recognize them by date or album, right? That's where database helps. It's not just organizing the photos. It's about fast access and updates, right? All right. So can you guys give me some real life examples? Your real life examples of database. So here, see some examples here. A library catalog system, online shopping platform like Amazon's, Walmart, then hospital patient records, then university information systems. These are some real life examples. You're interacting with the database every day using these systems, right? So why do we use database, or why are databases important? So databases are essential for nearly every business online and service today. Without them, modern service wouldn't simply exist. So earlier people keep records in paper or in some other methods, but in digital worlds, we keep the records in the secured database, right? So the banks, without database, we cannot even think of the digital banks. The banks use databases to store account information, account balance, and transactions. Then e-commerce platform like Amazon use them to track products, customers, and orders, right? Like the hospitals store medical records securely in database. The school use them for grades, attendance, and scheduling. Everything is stored in database. So that's why database is so important. All right. So what are the types of databases we have? The types of databases are relational database. Most beginner courses focus on relational database. These are use tables and are great for structured data. So relational databases are great for structured data, right? And others are NoSQL database like MongoDB. Then we have cloud-based database like Amazon AWS RDS, or we have in-memory database, which is fast performance like Redis, right? So these are some types of database. So how databases are structured? The second now question is how databases are structured, right? So databases are most commonly structured as a table. in what's called a tables in what's called a relational database. So relational database mostly structured as a table. So here tables are the main building blocks, right? Like spreadsheet. Rows are the individual records. Rows, you'll have the rows, the individual records. Here you can see an example of table, student table. So the rows are the records and the columns are the specific attributes or fields, right? And every records, every rows will have a primary key. Here primary key is 1001, which identify the records uniquely. Okay, so this is, you can see an thing. So name is an attribute, GPA is an attribute, student ID is an attribute. The table name is students. All right. So this is how a structured relational database structured. All right. So let's see an example here. So think of a library. The shelves represents tables. Each book is a record, and the book's details like title, author, ISBN are fields or attributes. Now imagine finding any book instantly with a search bar. That's the power of database. So you can search by the name of the book, by ISBN, by author, by title, by the primary key, which is unique identification of the record. So you can use those attributes to search the book, right? All right. So we have another thing. We need something to manage this database, right? Any software, anything. So that is called database management system. Software that allows user to define, create, maintain, and control access to database, right? So the popular database management systems include like relational database. For relational database, we have MySQL, we have PostgreSQL, we have Oracle. For NoSQL database, we have MongoDB, we have Cassandra. So NoSQL database are great for unstructured data. Remember, so relational database is good for structured data, and NoSQL is good for unstructured data. We have object-oriented like ObjectDB. We have cloud-based like Amazon RDS. We have in-memory. For in-memory database, we have Redis. So these are some DBMS for manage your database. How do database work? So database works like if you fill up a form. So and when you submit the form, those informations are saved on database, saved in database. So data is entered via form or application, and SQL, structured query language, is used to interact with the database. We are talking about relational database here. Structured query language is used to interact with the database. So common operations are create, read, update, and delete, right? This is how the database works. So do you have any questions, any concern till now? Or if you want to share anything, right? No? So let's move forward. So what is SQL? Now, SQL is a query language, structured query language, right? So the language used to communicate with most relational database is called SQL, structured query language. So if you see if you can see the example here, the select star from students. So select, then star, then from. These are the keywords we use to write it capital. These are the basic SQL commands. Select to read the data, insert to add a data, add a record, update to update a record, delete to remove a record. All right. So you can search for these online resources: SQL Bold, Learn SQL interactively, to learn SQL interactively. We have W3 School, we have Khan Academy, we have Oracle Academy. You can check these courses, or you can check these online resources for your practice. All right. So in next session, we'll cover hands-on SQL queries. So, all right, before we wrap it up, one more time, a database is an organized collection of structured data, right? We have the banks, e-commerce platform, hospitals, everyone uses database to store the user information. Types of database we have seen: relational database, we have seen NoSQL database, we have in-memory database, we have cloud-based database. Then we have learned how these database structured, like the relational database structured. We have table, rows, we have columns, right? And we have learned about the DBMS, like database management system. A database management system is software used to interact with database, right? So these are things. Then we have seen some SQL structure language SQL queries, like the select to insert, select to read the data, insert to add a new data, update to update a current data, delete to remove a record. All right. So we'll do some hands-on SQL basics. Next, we'll create and we'll manage a table. We'll perform queries, and we'll see real-world mini projects. Right. If you have any questions, any concern, you can ask me before we stop the session. If you have any question and concern, you can ask me right now. All right. So then see you next class.